I had the pleasure of meeting rising alt-pop rock star Niiasi. Hailing from Suffolk, Virginia, going from country roads to crowded metros, she's on the East Coast tour for her EP, A Girl Can Dream. But she had just enough time to stop by Walker's Market and have a little bit of tea. So hey Niiasi, welcome to Walker's Market.
Hi Paris, thank you for having me.
Definitely. So you just dropped your EP,
A Girl Can Dream.
and it is amazing. And
Thank
you
you.
are also on tour.
Yes.
What are the stops that you have had so far?
So first stop was in Norfolk at the Norva, and then I was at the Camel in Richmond. Next I'll be in DC at the Pocket, and then I'll be in Fredericksburg at Curitiba Art Cafe, and then I'll be in Philly at the Fire, and then I'll be back in Richmond at Smoke and Barrel.
Amazing. A full circuit.
Yes.
Yes, up and down the East Coast.
Yes, so excited.
So right now we're actually going to go ahead and pick out a few teas for you, a few herbs for your tea.
Okay.
And we'll sip on that during our interview.
Yes, let's do it.
Amazing. So right over here we have our loose leaf herb wall. You can pick anywhere up to 2 to 3 herbs, and then we also have our bases back here with the green tea, black tea, and white tea.
Well, I like the way this tasted in your syrup.
The
So we're
syrup,
gonna do
okay,
this.
okay. The slippery elm.
Yes.
Real good for hydration.
Yes. And then we're gonna do this one. This end of the energy.
It'll give you a little bit of energy, yeah.
Yes, because I'm very tired.
Okay, okay.
And then I want to try this, and we'll see if it really tastes like marshmallows.
All right, the marshmallow. I got you. It's not good. It'll taste sweet. It won't taste just like marshmallows though.
That's fine.
And right after that, we went over to my favorite lounge, The Establishment, to try those teas. All right. So I just came from seeing you in Richmond at the Camel. You did amazing.
Thank you.
The whole crowd felt the power in your voice. The whole crowd was rocked by your performance. I seen a few tears. I felt a few tears. So how was that performance for you?
That was so fun. Like Richmond, to me at this point, it feels like home, even though I don't live there. And just after everything that it took, all of the sacrifice and hard work to curate my own tour, that show is honestly the one that I was most excited to do. I haven't been to the out-of-state ones yet. I'm sure they'll be fun, but I was most excited to do that one just because I felt like there's just so much love there. Like I've been putting in so much work to cultivate a following there, and like just to be able to perform my own songs, it's like I did this. Like I put all of this together. All of these people are here because of like what I did. And then to share the stage with 2 artists that I really, really, really admire and love, like, I don't know, it just felt like a fairy tale type of night. And just after everything that I've been going through to get to that point, like it just felt like, oh, you can like smell the roses, you can enjoy this, you can be happy. Like the suffering side of it is kind of over. Like let's enjoy the fruits of our labor. So it was just good. It was really validating, and I just felt so grateful to do that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you said the 2 people that you got to perform with, so that was Hazel Grove and China.
So I met Hazel Grove, I think I did a show at Black Iris, maybe it was 2023 or 2024. I met him a long time ago. But I remember he did a really fire-ass set, and then we exchanged numbers, and I always had him in the back of my mind, like, oh, we need to do another show together. And then China, I don't even remember what show we met at, but I think we met online, and then I did a show in February of 2024, and immediately it was just like, oh, that's my girl. Like, because the Richmond music scene, like any other industry, a lot of things are very like white male led. And especially for someone like me, I'm doing alternative music. There's so many times I'm in a room, I'm the only Black woman, and you know, it's just a different type of experience. And China had already been performing a lot in Richmond. I was new to the scene. She welcomed me with open arms. We curated a show together, and every single time that I've been there, there's just this mutual level of like we got each other. And having somebody like that to be there for me as I was like navigating this new scene, like it's just so important. Like I love her down. Like that, I love her down. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful that y'all can have each other's back like that, especially like with the way the world is changing so quickly right now. For you to have somebody solid just right there, not home, but real close to home.
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead and dive into your project.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I, of course, went through your discography. I started from the beginning.
Yes, research, don't play.
First song that I heard from you, I Want to Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what progressions have you had since then?
I Want to Get Out came from my first EP, The Art of Changing Form. And I made that like in the midst of COVID. I was 16. I knew that music was something that I wanted to do, and being trapped in the house, basically. I had plenty of time to like, work on my songwriting skills, learn how to make songs. I didn't really have to this day, I really don't have anybody like a mentor to tell me how to do these things. I just kind of do the research and figure it out on my own. If I want to do something, I don't need people to tell me how to do it. Like I don't have to wait on people to show me how to do this. I know that if I want to do something, I can go do it. So ever since then, like after I finished that, I said, okay, I want to make an album. I figured out how to make an album. And after that, I dropped another EP. And after that, I dropped my most recent EP that I said, I want to do it. So that's kind of how everything always progresses. Like anytime I want to do something, I just feel like I can do it. So I'm just going to go do it. Figure it out.
What I've noticed is very prominent in a lot of your art, actually, all the way leading up. Boundaries, which is something that people have come to realize is so important nowadays. What really led you to putting that into your music?
It's so funny you say that, because I feel like setting boundaries and sticking to them is something I really struggle with. And that's really been like a big part of like the new project that I put out. But I think maybe not so much on boundaries with other people. It's like, I feel like the biggest theme through all of my music is like wanting to feel free. And maybe that coincides with boundaries, I don't know. But I think like everything that I put out when it comes to my art, it's always just about like, I just want to be free from this. I just want to be me. I want to get out of here. Like everything always just feels like that. Like I don't know what it is, like the deeper meaning. Maybe I need to go to therapy. But I always just want to feel free. Like there's always something that I'm like trying to break free from. And that's what I guess we're trying to figure out right now.
And it's like you're the rock star with your head in the stars and your feet just stepping on clouds and making mountains move.
Yes, trying to listen.
So you have been very active on your visual projects. How is that going?
It's going well. It's fun. That's honestly one of my most favorite parts of like making projects. Like the music is the most important, but I feel like in this day and age, the visual is just as important as the music, especially if you haven't like established a super big, strong fan base yet. Like people look at you before they listen to you. And I think it's so cool, like being able to creative direct and write out my visions for like what the audio would look like, and then being able to bring that to life to really pull people in and understand the stories that I'm trying to tell. There's this one shot towards the end of I Want to Get Out. We were on the ocean front, and we like snuck into this restaurant kind of, and it was like a scene of me like walking towards the camera through these chairs and stuff. And then we had everybody that was in my music video, like I was pulling them like, come on guys, let's go. I thought that was so cool. And then another one, my most recent video for Forbidden Fruit, at the end of the video, like I looked all beat up, tore up, and I was laying on the ground in the forest, and they were like dropping rose petals on my face. That was lit. Well, it's a lot of cute moments. Or like in my Leave Me Alone video on the bridge, like everybody that was in the video, they were going like this on my face. And it's like something so simple, but it just gave like, ooh. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like stuff like that.
That real cool diva look, that real superstar.
Yes.
Now you have a very distinct style. Like every time I see you, you're popping out pink. You came on stage with like a half tutu, like ball gown dress. What really inspires your style, and where do you get your pieces from?
Well, I thrift a lot, and I just love anything that makes me feel like an alien. Like, I love looking like alien superstar. That's what I love to give. I just like anything that makes me look Afro-futuristic, and I just lean into whatever feels good to me at the moment. Like, I'm not super into like all of the like designer brands. I'm not a big fashion head like that. I just put on whatever makes me feel good.
What really got you into music? What started off your love for it?
So it's so funny. My mom used to tell me when I was a baby, she could tell I could sing by the way I cried. But I never really had that much interest in singing, or I didn't really know that like there was something there until I was like 8. And I remember I was in the 3rd grade, and for some reason that year I was like a habitual liar. Like, I used to lie about like I'm 9, I was really 8, like stupid stuff like that. So I didn't have no friends. So I remember one time we was at recess, and there was this thick slab of like concrete in my elementary school, and there was these girls that used to go over there every day, and they'll be singing songs. And so I didn't have no friends, so I was like, let me see what this is about. So I went over there, and they were like, man, you should sing. So I don't know what I was singing, but they was like, oh my God. And then that same year, my school started like a talent show. So I went and auditioned, and I was the only one out of all of us that made it. And I was like, there's something there. So then performing, like, it was just so fun. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is what I want to do. And it's just been, I've been hitting the pavement ever since, really. But it wasn't until I got to like high school, maybe 15 or 16 years old, that I started taking it a lot more seriously. I was in a girl group for a little bit, and I got like my first taste of like what it's like to do like real performances and things of that nature. Then I started putting out my own music, and everything's just been rolling since then.
What would you say impacted the growth of your music?
Really just the internal desire to always outdo myself and be better. I see myself like taking it far. Like, this is the career path that I want. It's not like a hobby or something that's like just fun. Like, music is something that I feel like I cannot live without. Like, I'm not right if I'm not creating, and I feel like stepping into the purpose that God has for my life, and I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So many things have confirmed that for me. So
what really set the base for A Girl Can Dream?
So everything really started after my 21st birthday. I turned 21 in August 2024. I was at this I went on a birthday trip with my best friend and my little brother, and it was just the most like amazing thing ever. It wasn't even that long. We went to DC, and we were in this luxury Airbnb, and the whole time we were in there, we were just thinking like, man, I cannot wait to be living a life of luxury, like where things don't feel like so much struggle and suffering all the time, where things come to us easily. Like, I remember we were like walking down the streets after we went to the club. People were asking to take pictures of us, like don't even know us, just wanting to take pictures of us. And that happens a lot with her. Shout out to Aleph. But anyways, like I just felt like we were having a glimpse into our future, because I feel like God has a way of like showing me things before I have them. And it was just really inspiring, I guess. And so when I came back from the trip, I had to go back to my day job, and just being back into like reality. And I was just feeling like, I do not want to do this forever. I don't want everything to always feel like a struggle. I want to spend my days just making art, feeding my soul what feels good. And then I was just going through some different things. So after my birthday, I decided like, okay, I need to start leaning more into my uniqueness and my creativity, and stop giving so much of a fuck about what other people have to say about me and what I choose to do. So I bleached my eyebrows. When I did that, I got very mixed reviews. People telling me I look like Little Bill. Like,
oh no.
Nah, that was funny. But I was still pretty. Like, we were on my case really bad.
Yes.
Like, and it was just kind of crazy to receive these adverse reactions to something that I felt like wasn't that serious. And so the more that people were telling me like, oh, I think you're doing this for attention. I don't like when you do this. I feel like you should be more like this. It was just like angering me, because I'm just like, why don't you understand that what I'm doing is not for you, it's for me? And when I don't lean into what feels right for me, if I don't execute the ideas that God puts into my head, like, I'm not well, I don't feel good, I'm sad, that doesn't feel good to me. And I was just dealing with a lot of toxicity and a lot of weird people, and I just felt like this is not the life that I want to be living. I want more, literally. And so as soon as I came back from that trip, I was with my friend Nico now, aka Omni Keys. We went to the studio and I started playing my guitar and I laid down the chords for A Girl Can Dream. That was the first song that I made. And I just bared my soul, like, I want more than this. I want more than this. And I know that life could be better than this. And if I just put the work in and trust in God, I know that I can get to where I want to be. And so I was having to go back into these like toxic environments during the daytime and deal with people that didn't understand me or my art or what I was about. And then at night, I could go to the studio, I could play my guitar, I could write these songs, and everything was just so healing. Like the whole project was just a major like manifestation of what I want for my life. And it just helped me to heal. It helped me to know that, like, even if I'm different and even if people don't understand or like what I do, it doesn't matter because my validation already came from God. Like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So yeah, that's where it came from.
That's amazing. That's amazing. To just be so sure of yourself when you're already facing so much adversity, that's very important. You're really setting an example for anyone leading up who wants to break into music or just wants to be themselves.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Thank you. That's what it's all about. We just got to be ourselves, and the right people will attract themselves to you.
What's coming after the tour? What are we looking at?
So we're working on more music, also working on more visuals for the EP, and more shows are coming up. More out-of-state shows are coming up, but I can't speak on them yet. But just a lot of good things are coming. A lot of good things are coming. I haven't announced them yet, so I can't say everything, but a lot of good things are coming. And I have merch now. It's going to be available online soon, but if you want to cop it, you can get it at any of the shows on my tour. Just good things are coming. Good things are happening all around.
Well, thank you so much for joining me here at the establishment, Niiasi.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Definitely. So now where can everyone find your tour tickets, your Instagram, your merch?
Yes, so if you want to find anything that has to do with Niiasi, my social links, my music links, my music videos, merch, show tickets, all that stuff, you can go to www.niiasi.com,
NIIASII.
Yes, you can go to www.niiasi.com. You can find everything up there. Merch is coming soon. You can still get tickets to my remaining shows on my tour. Of course, you can stream A Girl Can Dream. You can find my new music videos, my old music videos. You can find my socials and all that good stuff.
Go stream A Girl Can Dream, available now on all platforms, and come see Niiasi in her upcoming tour dates.
Yes.